After months of waiting, the LIRA days had arrived again. What a joy! We finally could meet in person with our pals from the other 3 participant high schools in the Erasmus program. We gave a warm welcome to our new old friends and explained them all the fun activities we'd be enjoying the following days. We all did our part in this informal ceremony, even the injured ones. After it, we all went have a breakfast of champions in the open air. It was really good, with some typical Catalan products like bread with tomato spread and olive oil. Yummy! This breakfast was a chance for all of us to mix and mingle and get to know each other. Also for the Erasmus teachers. After eating, the students played a bit in the playground while the teachers went for a reconnaissance tour. It seems our school passed the exam with flying colors, and they all felt just like home. And off we went for an exciting morning, getting to know better the lovely town that hosted this intercultural meeting, Móra. The views of the bridge over the Ebro River and the river itself were breathtaking. We took thousands of pictures. We walked through the ancient streets full of history and discovered some magical corners. Visited the castle, and we even gave proof of all we just learned by failing a quick test without cheating. Wow, it may seem we had done a lot, but still we had to discover some more bits and bobs of the traditions in the area. We wrapped the day playing some traditional games under the lovely sun. Awesome! The second day was all about nature and animals. How sweet! We visited the Seves Natural Park in Flix, a village a few kilometers away from Móra. In there, we walked in nature, we saw horses, storks, and some very rare birds. We learned a lot about how the river influenced both the flora and the fauna of the landscape, and also the culture and way of living of the people who settled around here long ago. This natural park is very special because it's helping repopulate the area with storks, and it's a sanctuary for many that come and photo hunt for rare birds. It was such a refreshing experience.
From now on, I'm on the do. Come to devil do it for me.
Day was all about adventure in Benifallet. We all met our inner adventurer and lost our fear of heights. We walked up in trees, we went down many amazing zip lines, we screamed to the top of our lungs and laughed our butts off. What a fun experience! High on adrenaline, we took a nice walk to the neighbor Wonder Caves. The Wonder Caves are subterranean caves where the slow dripping of the water creates fantastic mineral formations. There, imagination knows no bounds. Cars, elephants, and even a rhino among stalactites, stalagmites, anemolites, gores, and much more. In one of the caves, you can appreciate the historical remains of the Neolithic and also the more recent Battle of the Ebro. At the end of the tour, we discovered the music room, where the stalactites look like the pipes of an organ and they emit different sounds when you touch them with your fingertips. Cultural visits are great, but don't tell anybody, but Portaventura was by far the most expected visit for all the students. For starters, it's one of Europe's biggest and most iconic theme park, and it's filled with places to scream with joy. We visited the park at the end of October, so we find it all decorated for Halloween. That added a lot of fun to the equation. So you were in the Polynesian part of the park, but it was Halloween. Or maybe you were in the Far West, but it was Halloween. Nice. Dragon Khan was the reincarnated spirit of the evil Prince Hu of Beijing. It's by far the most famous roller coaster in the park. It had 2 worldwide records. The roller coaster with more loops, 8, and the one with the highest vertical loop at 36 meters high. Shambhala, ironically means place of peace, beats 3 records. The highest roller coaster in Europe, the one with the longest fall, and the fastest going downhill. Furious backhoe. They define it as a shadow. No wonder it starts off putting you from 0 to 134 kilometers per hour in just 3.5 seconds. After a morning of screaming and elevating our adrenaline to unprecedented levels, we had lunch in the cantina in Mexico. We squeezed every minute of the day, but everything comes to an end. So cheese! And let's jump into the bus that will take us back to Móra d'Ebre. After the few last students join us, of course. Day 5? Really? Time flies when you're having fun. We studied the end of our adventure together where everything started, in the school's theater. And doing something we all love, a cahoot. This time the winners had a prize. After it, we all went to the river shore, where a couple of kayak instructors were waiting for us to set us up for our last adventure together, navigating in kayak the Ebre River. It was fun, relaxing, beautiful. What an experience! While some were paddling in the water, the others were enjoying each other's company in the sun. And some had even time to make special friends. Friendship was in the air. Before heading back to the school, we had a very interesting talk about the tradition of sailboating in the Ebre River. If we hadn't had enough beauty sightseeing, we still went for a long walk in nature. How beautiful! Once in the school, we relaxed a bit before having lunch. Some signed the book of the Erasmus, and some started to say goodbye to each other. Ding ding ding, lunch is ready, kids! The last lunch together was a real feast that included a delicious fideuà. Our Erasmus teachers though also wanted us to taste some of their regional products. Yummy yummy in my tummy! After lunch, a teacher from the school and a friend of his delighted us with some traditional music from the area. All the parents of students that hosted Erasmus visitors came over to wrap such an amazing week together. We handed them a present and took a very nice picture of each Erasmus family. We laughed, we danced, and though it was hard to say goodbye, we knew it was just a see you later, alligator. What Erasmus united, no one can separate.